Hi, beautiful gorgeous souls. In this video, I will explain what does it mean when somebody is a narcissist from the energetic point of view and how this is also connected to the parasite infestation. So in this video, we're going to explore three things. How it is to growing up with the narcissistic parents, especially the mother, as for my case, and what I research and what I discover, what has happened energetically with my mom. And then, so this will be like the first part of the video, like what really is happening with your parents on the energetic point of view. I feel it's very important to talk about it because there's no other videos that talk about it. So that's like the first part of the video, what happens with your parents, why you have such a big struggle, energy point. The second part of the video is going to be how this is impacting your daily life and how this causes you to self-sabotage continuously even after you totally cut off the contact with your narcissistic parents. So that's going to be the second part. And the third part, I'm going to share with you three basic easy points. How can you improve your life immediately and start getting out of these self-sabotaging patterns. So if you don't want to listen like this energetic story and you just really want to have a help, very quickly forward this video towards the third part, and so you will hear a little bit of my advice and what really helped me to stop self-sabotaging patterns. So let's go first to the most important part of this video, the introduction and what is really narcissism from the energetic point of view and why people are not talking about this. Many of us, we believe that we just live with this material world, and the psychotherapists, they say that being a narcissist is a psychiatric disorder, psychological disorder, whatever. But we do need to think about what does it mean being a narcissist from the energy perspective when we look into spiritual world. So a lot of research I did is based on shamanism. Look a lot into the spiritual world, which is the good spirits and the bad spirits. So what is basically happening with the people who are narcissists? Most of them likely, they are just passing the narcissism from their family, like it was my story, right? So I want to tell you a little bit about my story and my lineage. My mom, of course, is a narcissist. Her mother was, of course, narcissist, and the mother of my father, I suspect, also was a narcissist. Okay, so this is passed down on the lineage from one parent to another. My mother was absolutely unwanted child. She was the third child of the woman who wanted to abort her. She was trying every possible method, but the abortion at that time was prohibited in my home country, in Poland, okay? So eventually my grandmother from the side of my mom, she tried to abort her. She didn't do it, so her daughter was born, and she just hated her as all the narcissists do. And she passed on my mom like this narcissistic disease. Of course, this story goes much deeper, but like for the sake of this video, I will not tell it all today. But just like the basic things, think about your parents. Like for sure, they didn't start suddenly being a narcissist. This for sure comes from their lineage, or there was some already disruption, energetic pollution. And of course, my country, that was very easy to happen because there was a lot of war. We were very poor. We were always attacked by Germans, then by Russians. So we were basically like ripped off most of the history of my country. Okay, even before we became a Polish country, we were always attacked by the Germans, and so we always carry within ourselves, with our ancestral bodies, this wound of being a victim of other people, like a predatory people, and the whole nations who are like feeding on us and attacking us and trying to take our land and destroy us. Okay, so that is like the first thing. And when this is happening, it's very easy for the narcissist to develop, because it's very easy for the dark entities to come and possess your body. And this is one of the most important points you need to take under consideration. And at this point, I don't care if you think I'm crazy or what people are gonna think about me, but because I stayed and I lived in Latin America with shamans, therefore, like, I know the spirit world is real. I know there are bad spirits and the good spirits. And I know also we as a human have a power to connect with the bad spirits or connect with the good spirits. Also, we can be possessed by the bad spirits and we can lose our human power of love and compassion. And this is what is happening when the person is a narcissist. Actually, their soul gets scattered and fragmented, and it's the heart center cannot connect with the soul because of all these difficult, upsetting external circumstances of being abused, of the wars, of the poverty, right? Therefore, the soul is kind of disconnected from the heart, and this is when the dark entities are coming and possessing the body of your parent. There is no other way that's going to explain you why your parent used to be a nice person when maybe you were a child, and as you were growing up it got worse and worse and worse. There's just more dark entities coming and possessing the person. And now, what is the connection within the body, the physical body, the dark entities, and the physical parasites as a worms, as a pinworms, tapeworms, roundworms? There's so many parasites we are carrying nowadays in our bodies, and they are all connected to the dark spirits and the dark entities. And this has been written in every ancient text, in every culture on this planet. And if you do not believe me, I ask you to do a proper research. I have read about this in the books about the Buddhism is mentioning the parasites and the dark spirits. Yogic books, of course, Akasha Maya, energy body, and cleansing the body from the parasites. Taoism from China, very important to keep the body clean. And of course, Latin America. For those of you who don't know, and you guys running around and you drink ayahuasca here and there, you need to know that the real tribes that respect the plant, they would always send the person to eat clean food with no fats, no salt, no sugar for 2 weeks before the person even drinks ayahuasca and has an ayahuasca celebration, because they know before you take the medicine you have to purify your physical body. Of course, nowadays most of this became just business. It got totally lost, and there is still very, very few people who live in the jungles of Peru who preserve and they respect the plant. Unfortunately, most of the shamans, at least the ones I met, they don't even have idea. They are not even vegetarians. They are eating meat. So it's been a lot of profanation, I would say, for the healing plants, okay? But like right now, this video is not about ayahuasca. It just was the digression, because I know some of you probably were having try of the medicine from Latin America. So, saying this, really, we're gonna go to the to what is happening within your own life when you have been born now, to the second part of this video. So just to summarize the first part of the video, what is your parent or your husband, or maybe even you are a narcissist and you are wondering why you have these behaviors. My dear, you have these behaviors because you are full of parasites and full of worms, and the bad spirits are penetrating your auric field. So obviously, unless you clean it, you're not gonna get out of this, okay? And so this is a big issue with the narcissists who are a narcissist. Nobody talks about this. Nobody talks that, okay, there's a few people, very few books, researchers, academics that are talking that actually mental disorders are highly connected to parasite infestation, when then is also connected to the bad spirits, okay? So if you don't believe in the bad spirits, just believe in the parasite. Now, when we go to the second part of this video, what is happening with your life as an effect of growing up with the narcissistic parent that was controlling and abusing you your whole freaking life? Basically, because of the energy of the person, like the energy of my mom, It's always hanging around you, and you always have also these parasitic entities clinging to you. They are basically ruling your life. It's not you ruling your life. It is the family pattern that has been passed down on you. It is actually ruling your life, because there's no way. Why would I be always in financial struggles? Why would I always pick up the men that mistreat me, and when there was a loving man who was very kind to me, I just left him? Why would I pick up the flats with the nasty flatmates? Why would I pick up the jobs with the nasty people who are cheating on me? It's not because the world is so bad and the world is full of the bad people. No, it is just, this is happening to me, and the same is happening to you. This is so embedded in your nervous system, in your body, that subconsciously your body is just reproducing and finding the same pattern all over again. And the pattern is of being abused, of feeling a lot of anxiety, of feeling rejection. Therefore, when your parent is not doing this anymore, you may be in contact with your parent or you may not be in contact with your parent. It doesn't really matter. Even when you go no contact with your parent, this pattern is going to keep repeating in your life. And I will tell you what, actually the worst of this pattern has happened in my life when I stopped the contact with my mom for the first time a few years ago. And at the beginning I was feeling so happy, I was feeling so much relief. I was of course feeling very sad, because that was the point when I understood, or I thought I understood, like my mom will never change, I let it go. And the biggest thing, weird things that were happening, like for first 1 month my life was so easy, but after that 1 month everything became worse and more horrible. Like I picked up the flat with the alcoholic where the guy was breaking the furniture, which never happened to me before. I started attracting the worst men ever in my life that I was not attracting before. So actually the things can even escalate if you do the unconscious rupture with your parent, because of that energy field is so embedded in your nervous system that when your life gets peaceful and nothing bad is happening to you, your subconscious and this sick narcissistic programming that you have received, and it's inside your body, inside each of your cells, and was passed from the generation to generation into your body, this, your body subconsciously is going to guide you towards this situation. Now, it's not only about your body, this is actually about the parasites, all these worms that are living inside you, that are connected to the dark spirits. So from physical perspective, it seems like you are making those choices, and this is your body doing those shitty choices. But from the spiritual perspective, it's actually not you doing these choices, it's the bad spirits doing these choices for you, that are taking their power over you. Just very similar the way the dark spirits and the dark entities possess the body of your parents. That is why it's so confusing, because you see the human person in a human body, but you see their face is twisted, you see their eyes are terrible, and sometimes you cannot understand like what's going on. This is what is going on. Your parent, the soul of your parent has been disconnected from the heart space, and the bad spirits came and possessed the body. Okay? And there is no way you can help it, that person. They only would be able to help themselves if, and this comes the most important, the third part of this video, the only way, the fastest way for you to get out of this vicious circle is to restore, reprogram your body. And this is actually good news, because for so many of us, we think like, oh my God, like how I'm going to heal it? It's going to take me ages, like 10 years. I have to suffer 10 years, 20 years. No, it is not about time. I guarantee you it is about your decision to clean your body. This is so very, very important. And today I will share with you the 3 very easy things that gonna help you immediately as soon as you implement them. Those things seem very small and very easy, and they are so underestimated how this can help restore your body, restore your energy, and start closing your body so the dark spirits has no access anymore. And how these things also will clean your body. So first of all, one of the first things, you really have to slow down in your life. You really have to slow down. Everything what you do, you just cannot do it like the normal people live their life and they just go happy chappy and they doing it because their nervous system is not fucked like yours. So the only way you have to slow down. Why? Because when you slow down, you have an option of taking control of yourself, taking control of your energy field, of your auric field. When you do things fast, you go on the autopilot, and this is where dark earth is guiding you, and this is where your body is guiding you. So one of the things that really helped me deeply in my own life, and trust me, my life was not fun. A few months ago, I was rushing, I was doing a lot of crazy things. Again, this has happened because I disconnected from my mother. This time I understood this is gonna be forever. And then I ended up twisting my knee in India. I couldn't walk for 3 months. My knee is still injured. I still actually cannot do many physical activities because I was doing everything too fast. I was totally disconnected from my heart center. So the first thing, my gorgeous, beautiful soul, what will you do? You will slow down. When you go on a date and you meet the guy, and then you meet him on a second date, and then you want to jump into his bed, you will not do this. You will slow down, and you will know this guy 1 month before you have any sexual intimacy. You will slow down every time when you meet him. You will start observing how he's treating you, how he's talking to you, how you are treating this person. What is your own self-sabotaging pattern, right? This is something for you. You have to slow down and think about the patterns that has been going on in your life. Okay, you can actually take a pen now, take a pen and a notebook, and just please do this exercise with me. It's very important before we're going to go to the second point and the third point of what really can help you. So the first point is to slowing down, and then you take the journal and you pause this video and you write down what are your self-sabotaging patterns. What are the patterns that are occurring in your life? My self-sabotaging patterns would be, if I have a money and I'm okay financially, I would always find some guy who is gonna mistreat me, who's gonna be a cheater, of course, narcissistic tendencies, right? And I will get involved with him maybe for a few days. I will, of course, have unprotected sex. Of course, this is so obvious, so I can have a stress that maybe I'm pregnant or maybe I'm not. Like, I just want to share this with you because this is how deep it runs. Like, it can be really crazy stuff, doing crazy stuff. So then I would be worried. Of course, this guy cheated on me, then I would be upset for a year. Of course, I was not pregnant, but it would be like around, you know, I would have this anxiety. And then if I would also choose the jobs, very bad paid jobs where people like cheating on me, not paying me my money. As I mentioned before, I would choose the wrong flats, wrong environment. So basically I would immerse myself in the people who do not respect me. Very similar, like just repeating the way my mom used to treat me, right? Write your pattern, pause these videos and write your pattern. The patterns also can be like you are overeating, drinking too much alcohol, okay? So just write it down, okay? Now you have written it down, and so you already know what are your self-sabotaging patterns. So the only way of stop doing these self-sabotaging patterns, it is to slowing down and writing on a paper what would you do differently. For example, I also used to travel in a very unorganized way, and then that would bring me a lot of stress. So I write on my paper, I organize everything in advance, I book the place in advance, I pack, I buy the flight that is during the day and it's very easy to go to the airport. So just write down like the opposite. What can you do opposite? So that is the first thing. Slow down, understand your self-sabotaging patterns, and write on the side like what would be opposite of the self-sabotaging patterns. For example, you overeating or eating unhealthy food, eating healthy food. You drinking too much alcohol, stop drinking alcohol, start drinking teas. You're running into toxic guys, you have a pattern of having sex with them very fast. 1 month rule, you have no sex with any guy until you know him 1 month, okay? Whatever it is, just write what is the opposite, what would be good for you. So that is a point number 1, how you can help yourself, and it's very, very important. Now, the second point, and it's super equally important, goes into your sleeping pattern. And you're gonna be laughing at me when I will tell you, but if you wanna heal and have a good life, you have 2 choices now. You do it or you don't do it. And I tell you one thing, I used to go sleep most of my life very, very late. I used to drink a lot of alcohol, even taking drugs for over a decade or maybe 15 years. Alcohol is the biggest depressor. Sleeping late causes a lot of depression. So one change you can very easily do in your life, you start going to sleep early. I mean really early. At 9:30 p.m. you are in bed and you wake up with the sunrise. I just tell you this, do it for 1 month. Do it for 1 month and see how your energy is restored. The sleeping is so important to recover your body. The spirits simply cannot attack you so much when you sleep well. Your nervous system is mostly regulated through having a proper rest. But so many of us, like a traumatized people, we never have, because we love the chaos. We run in chaos. We do everything in chaos. We don't sleep. We drink alcohol. We meet with the wrong people. So you have to put the structure into your body. If you want to restore and calm down your nervous system and close your auric field from the dark entities coming into your field, you start sleeping early. Now, the point number 3 and the last point, my dear, if you keep drinking alcohol and you want to heal your life, I can just tell you very simple, it's just not going to happen. There is a reason why alcohol is called spirits. When you drink alcohol, your auric body is opening and all the entities can come and feed on you. Not to say that alcohol is a poison, is a sugar, and it's also is feeding parasites in your body, and it also is destroying the neurons in your brain and disrupt the synapses connection. So this is very physical, right? And you of course have a hangover and you feel like shit. And I know you know what I'm talking about, because I used to feel like shit for 15 years of my life. And the change that came into my life when I stopped drinking alcohol and I started sleeping very early was incredible. And of course, slow down and watch how your life is becoming better. So thanks so much for listening to me today. In my next videos, I'm gonna talk about very, very important thing that's gonna help to heal your life. It's to clean your body, restore your body, doing the fasting and doing the parasite cleanse. So keep with me, because that is very important. I still didn't record it. This is my first video, but I'm planning to give the whole series how you can actually break this ancestral pattern and not transmit the narcissist, or not become a narcissist, or not become abused, but to transmute this energy and have a good and better life. I love you so much, my gorgeous, beautiful soul. Please, please, I'm just begging you, make yourself a favor. And if you found this video somehow and you found this message, just start going sleep early and observe how good your life is. And if you struggle with this, find something you love to do early in the morning. For me, it was playing badminton on the beach while watching the sunrise. I know not everybody can have this privilege of having the beach near them, but that was something really, like, I was looking forward to wake up, to see the sunrise and to go and play badminton with my friend on the beach. So have something that you really like to do early in the morning, like going for a walk with the dog, or I don't know, going out. Actually, I believe that going out in the nature when there is a sunrise is such a magical thing that definitely is going to help your body. I love you so much. Thank you again, and I hope to see you soon.